Hi, this is Karen with Karen's Vintage Graphics. In this video, I want to show you the Vintage Journal add-ons. I mentioned them in another video, and so this is the flip through for these, okay? Now, I call them add-ons because when I designed them, I had the original Vintage Journal in mind, and so I made them so that they would complement that journal. You could sew them into your signatures. There's plenty of gusset space here along the fold to be able to do that. I'll show you as soon as I open these up, or you can simply tuck them into one of your pockets inside your journal. Now, they also work great as little standalone projects. They're great for beginners because they're a small project. They'll only take a couple of hours to make, if that long. And of course, if you add quite a bit of embellishing, then it might take even longer. But more or less, they'll take just a couple of hours to make. When you see the downloads at my website at karensvintagegraphics.com, you'll see the printouts for each of these, and they are laid out on the page exactly the same. So once you do one, you can move quickly to the other and know what you're doing for all three, okay? But let me get started to show you the insides of them. I've got them closed up with a little bit of seam binding, hug snug seam binding. And this is the library card set. So here's the outside cover, front and back, and the inside of the folder. Now when you get your set, these pockets will not be attached. This is what you will add, these pockets you'll add to the back panel, okay? So you'll cut these out and glue them on. And here is the 1/4 inch gusset, so that you've got plenty of room and still able to close them if you were to sew them into your signatures. For each of the sets, you will get 2 tags with sleeves, and each of the tags is designed with 2 panels so that you can simply close them up and use as a booklet for extra journaling or a couple of photos. You'll see in another one that I sewed some vellum inside for extra space inside, or you can just glue them together to have a front and back tag. And this one is left blank in the back for your own stamping. So here are the designs, which they match the outside cover of your folder. And the sleeves are very easy to assemble. I'll show you the printouts in just a minute, though. Now this is a library card set, so here's your library card. You could glue these 2 panels together just to have a front and back library card. You could glue this outside edge and the bottom edge down or together to have a pocket if you wanted to make a large tag of some kind, if you like. And each of the sets will have its own background image, and there's a very subtle design in the background. Here I've sewn a doily into this one, and I used the pamphlet stitch to sew these pages into. You have a line page and a solid page. I printed these on Southworth granite, but these designs, and any of my designs really, print beautifully on regular copy paper. Okay, so you don't have to use Southworth granite paper or any of the products that I would happen to name. I name them because I like them so much, and I just wanted to share what works for me. But they work great on regular copy paper, as you can see here. So here's the other booklet. And in this one, I used vellum to make pockets on the back and front covers. So there's plenty of space for journaling, for adding photos, for stamping, heat embossing, mixed media, whatever you want to do, there's plenty of space to do it in. Okay? The next one is the to-do list. Now you'll recognize this bird, I think. It's a beautiful vintage image. I use him on my banners online. I just wanted to bring him to life and share him with you as well. So here are the tags for this one, which match your outside cover. And here I did some heat embossing. Okay. And of course, since this is a to-do list card set, then here's your to-do list. And they reflect activity. I love this image. There's so much detail to just gaze at. It's just beautiful. And this background is different from the one I just showed you in the library card set. And again, you have plenty of space for your own use, however you choose to decorate them. And with this one, I use the pamphlet stitch as well. Okay? This last vintage journal add-on is the Coffee and Tea Loyalty card set. Here's your back cover, or your front and back cover, and the inside pockets with tags and sleeves. And this is the one I sewed vellum into with just one little stitch. And I distressed all of the edges on all of the pages, you know, the folder and the pockets and such, with Tim Holtz frayed burlap and brushed corduroy. This background is different from the other two sets. So here she is holding a coffee cup, and you can decorate her however you want. You can do some perfect pearls or heat embossing or stickles. You guys are just so good at all of that. So I can see how well you could dress these up just looking at this. Now in your set, you will see that I provide 6 banners for you to use in any of the sets. None of them have the print that you see here. This really is a mock-up of what I had designed initially, and once I had it on the paper, the banners, I just didn't like the print, so there are no print designs on any of the banners, just color. And of course you can do your own stamping on them for that way too. Did I show you the back of this? This is the coffee loyalty card. Here I added just a little bit of glitter spray on this particular banner. And this is the tea loyalty card. Okay, so there they are, all assembled. And I'm going to show you one of the printouts. I don't want to prolong this video and show you all three because they're laid out exactly the same. Whichever design you get, they're all going to look the same as far as how they're laid out on a page. So you'll get some informational pages so that you can see what's in the set, okay? And then this is the folder on the inside before you attach the pockets. Here I show you where to score. And I offer some tips as far as assembling for cutting and folding. And here's the cover. It's larger than this side so that when you cut this out, you will have an all-over print from edge to edge. This is the pockets and tags, as you can see, but what I want to point out is the fact that I line these elements up so that when you start scoring this pocket, you continue that score line all the way down so that you're scoring both pockets at the same time on both sides, and the same holds true for the cutting and for the tags as well. So I tried to make it as simple as I could as far as preparing your pages for assembling. And you should be able to cut this with one cut. Cut both of them out with just one cut. And I printed the all-over print on the back so that you would have a print so that you can see this print would be on the inside of these tags, right? But you don't necessarily need it for your pockets, but it just can't be avoided. I printed the sleeves for the tags on vellum, as you see here, but you may also want to print these on cardstock so that you will have a sturdy banner to use. You could use these for decorative use as well, for that matter, but if you do want to use them as a tuck spot on your pages, then you could score all 6 banners at the same time. And you can score this tag and this tag at the same time by simply starting at the top and going down to score both, okay? And cutting. Now, I want to do a how-to video on this set. I actually started to this evening, and it got to be really long, the video did. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that in increments. Maybe I'll do a video to show how to assemble the folder, and then the next video I'll show how I cut out the tags and the sleeves or something, just to keep the videos small for you. Okay, so I hope that answers any of your questions. If you saw these on my website and you wondered how they would look assembled, here they are. And if you have any questions, just let me know, okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.